And welcome to Roadside Notes. I'm Christopher, the Route 66 chaplain, and these are the readings from the Faith and Good Courage Journal found at faithandgoodcourage.com. These are stories from and for the road, a little grace for the miles ahead, and reminders that hope still travels with us. This is Because He Knew I Didn't, from my journal entry of April 9th, 2026. Because He Knew I Didn't came to me at a diner counter on an ordinary afternoon. Nothing dramatic, no thunder from heaven, just coffee, clinking plates, and a man a few stools down who sounded uncomfortably familiar. He wasn't loud in a reckless way. He was loud in a very defensive way. The kind of loud that says, "I've got this," even when everything underneath is shaking. He was explaining how life had treated him pretty much unfairly. Bad breaks, wrong people, misunderstood intentions. If he could get one more clean shot, one real chance, things would straighten out. I've heard that tone before. I've used that tone before. And that's when the phrase surfaced in my chest, steady and undeniable. As he talked, I wasn't judging him, I was pretty much remembering myself. There was a time I thought I knew exactly what I was doing. I defended choices that weren't wise. I called stubbornness conviction. I called pride clarity. I mistook momentum for direction. I didn't know. That's the part I see clearly now. Back then, I thought I was steering. I thought I had it all mapped out ahead of me. I thought if something fell apart, it was somebody else's fault or bad timing or just another detour I could manage. But there were exits I should have avoided, words I should have, not said, and risks that were brave but careless. I didn't know the difference. Here's the part that humbles me. I wasn't cut off. I wasn't abandoned. I wasn't left to collapse under my own decisions. I was given time, more time than I really deserved, more grace than I'd really earned, more patience than I'd shown others. Some people call it luck. I don't. I call it mercy. He saw something in me I couldn't see in myself. He knew my heart was better than my behavior. He knew I wasn't finished, even when my choices suggested otherwise. That's not permission to be foolish. That's gratitude for not being discarded. The man eventually paused. His coffee had gone cold. The noise of the diner kept moving around us, but there was a moment of stillness between sentences. I didn't preach to him. I didn't correct him. I just said something simple. I used to think I knew what I was doing too. I'm just grateful that God knew me more than I did. He looked at me just for a second. Not defensive, not convinced, just kind of thoughtful. Maybe it landed. Maybe it didn't. That part wasn't mine to control. What mattered was this. I wasn't speaking from superiority. I was speaking from survival, from memory, from the long road between who I was and who I'm still becoming. There's no pride in saying you were wrong, but there is relief. There's freedom in admitting that you didn't have it all figured out, that you weren't as sharp as you thought you were, that you mistook confidence for wisdom. What steadies me now isn't the idea that I finally learned everything, it's knowing I'm still being carried. If I'm honest, the older I get, the more I realize how much I don't know. The only difference is I'm less afraid to admit it. I don't need to defend every decision anymore. I don't need to be right at every table. I just need to be grateful. Grateful that I'm still here. Grateful that grace didn't run out. Grateful that mistakes didn't get the final word. In my roadside reflection, if you're still breathing, you are not disqualified. If you've made choices you wish you could undo, you're not alone. Sometimes the greatest gift isn't being right, it's being given more time, more mercy, more runway. You don't have to pretend you knew all along. You can simply be grateful that God did. because He knew what you could become before you did. And if you're still here, He's not finished shaping you yet. Travel well, my friends. Have faith and good courage.